Thunderbolts, the new Marvel movie that is out now. So let's talk about it. So Thunderbolts is the newest Marvel movie that is out now for you guys to go and check out. And look, people have been raving about this. Obviously, there are some people online as well that are saying it's bad. It's a Marvel movie. That's what's to be expected, you know. You're going to have the glazers, you're going to have the haters, and then you're going to find the people that are actually genuine, that actually will talk about, you know, whether it's good or bad. Realistically, they don't have any alliance to hating Marvel or any alliance to absolutely loving Marvel, no matter what they do. So look, Marvel has been on a recent up and down slope, shall we say. You know, there's been some good, there's been some bad, there's been some great, there's been some really, really bad. Thunderbolts was a movie that was not high on my MCU list. It was not one where I was like, oh, I can't wait to see this. But then, you know, word of mouth started to get around, the trailers looked decent. I was like, okay. After watching Thunderbolts, I can say that this is a good film. This was good. I had so much fun, and it really did remind me of the old MCU. Like, I'm not saying this is as good as a Captain America Winter Soldier. I'm not saying it's as good as a Civil War. You know, I'm not saying it's as good as those. I'm saying it gave me the feel that I had watching those type of movies of the old MCU. It really did. Now, Thunderbolts, it's a very much a story that is driven by narrative and characters rather than action. You know, look what we've had. We've had action where we're dealing with multiverse stuff. We're dealing with all this crazy fights and stuff like that. I don't need that all the time. And Thunderbolts is really down to earth, more ground level. Granted, Void is pretty insane, and Sentry, you know, we are dealing with someone that is very powerful. But it strips all of that down. It strips all of that away, and it focuses on the characters and the narrative that it's trying to tell. And look, anyone that says female characters are bad, no one wants to see it or anything like that, you know, Yelena is a perfect example of a freaking unbelievable great character. I love Yelena. She is climbing up the ranks as one of my favorites in the MCU. Definitely in the current MCU that's going on right now. She is climbing. This movie really dives into her, dives into what she's feeling, how she's trying to deal with everything that's just happened. Like, she's just lost her sister again. You know, the stuff with Red Guardian. Red Guardian is a great character. Oh, I love Red Guardian. He's like that perfect blend of comedic relief, but serious at the same time, and just a bundle of fun. And him and Yelena, the connection that they're having here, it's just fantastic. I love seeing that dynamic. And there's this beautiful scene that you see in the trailer as well when Red Guardian's talking to Yelena and, you know, expressing everything. And they really peel back the layers to how these characters are feeling and how, you know, one wants to be the superhero. One is like, oh, I do this, I do that, and I feel empty, I feel lonely. Is it time for me to do something else? Like, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck in my life. And I really like that because it's very relatable. How many people out there right now are going to work, coming back, you know, doing that, and then going back out, come back to work, and they don't feel fulfilled. They feel like empty, almost. This really tackles those type of things. And I really like that, what they're doing with Yelena. It's just beautiful. It really is. Sentry. Bob. Void. I mean, the man's got so many egos and stuff like that, like ultra egos, whatever you want to call it. Oh, man, they just brought in this character of Bob, and they just said, "Guess what? You're gonna get one of the great characters so far." Like, that is how you write a character. Bob is, when you first introduced to him, you don't know much about him. You're like, okay, this guy, you know, he's supposed to be Sentry and stuff. You know, obviously we know from the trailers, but when they start to peel back the layers of who Bob truly is and the internal struggle that he has, you know, the traumatic backstory that he's had, and that's what I really appreciated with this film, is the final act in the fight. It's not a big climactic city destroying level fight. Yeah, it's freaking insane. And look, there's one scene with Red Guardian and a little girl that I was just like, yo, what? Everyone in the theater was gasping. They could not believe it. It just came out of nowhere. Brilliant. You know, you have these moments, and it's scary. Void is very scary with the powers that he's got and what he's doing. It's freaking horrific. It's nightmarish. But the final act, the battle, it's an internal battle. And it's the storytelling of that action sequence, the narrative behind Bob fighting Void, and how the internal battle that humans can go through, it's on full display here. That's what it is. It's on full display, and I absolutely love that. Like, look, I love my Thanos with his army standing there, Captain America standing there, you know, hearing it on your left, and everyone charging, having this massive battle for the universe and everything. I love that. But man, there's nothing better when you have a narrative-driven fight that is an internal struggle with a character who is trying to break free from the darkness that is deep down, that they've kept deep down, that is creeping and creeping and creeping. And I thought the imagery in that final act with all of the Thunderbolts was absolutely fantastic. I thought that it just gave you life. It gave you the old MCU vibe. And I absolutely loved it. And like, Bob is just a fantastic character. I can't wait to see more of Bob moving forward in the MCU. He's just great. Ghost is getting better as a character. Again, she's not as much as the forefront in this movie, but she's still great. John Walker is just, I mean, I loved him in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I thought he was one of the strong characters that came through in there. He's great in this movie. He really is. And you start to learn more about him and what he's been going through. I absolutely love him. I can't wait to see more of John Walker as well. Bucky is fantastic. Bucky really does feel like that veteran in this group. You know, the one that's been around, that's dealt with, obviously, Thanos, you know, with Tony and everything like that. Like, he's been there, he's done that. And he comes across as the mature leader that is leading this team, that is helping them get through this. And I think he's vital to it as well. So I like him. And like I said, Red Guardian is just Red Guardian. I want more Red Guardian. I want a Red Guardian spin-off, man. I would love a comedy series with it. Bro, he is so funny. David Harbour is absolutely fantastic. So I really like that. I like the story that they're telling about these these agents who have done horrible things throughout their lives. They're not the perfect hero. They're not Steve Rogers. And they come together. And I think the ending is just so satisfying. It truly is, especially when you hear about what Red Guardian says to Yelena very early on, and what he when he was truly happy. That whole ending just comes full circle, and it's just beautiful to see. And I can't just sit there and just think to myself, I kind of want to see Natasha see Yelena right now. I want to see Natasha seeing where and how far Yelena has come to now. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. So there is also 2 post-credit scenes. The first mid-credit scene is one that is just a lot of fun. It's hilarious. It's fun. But the second one, yeah. The second one, look, this is what I'll say about the second one. The second one is like, they kind of make a character seem a bit like a a-hole. Like, I honestly was like, okay, this character kind of seems like an a-hole now. Like, what, are they just destroying this character from when we first met this character to where he is now? Like, I do feel like they're kind of destroying that character, and I kind of feel like, okay, I don't know how I feel about that. But then the big event that happens in the post-credit scene, oh yeah, this is what everyone's saying about it being one that is going to have an impact moving forward, that actually drives the story along. Oh yeah, it does. Now, I know some people might not like it because it might, you know, then the whole thing about it. But man, I was like, oh, it feels real that everything's coming together now. Because before I didn't feel like everything was connecting. Now it feels real, man. And I'm excited. Like, the Thunderbolts did make me excited. Now it's just a matter of fact as, can Fantastic Four land? Because I feel like Daredevil Born Again, I like Daredevil Born Again. I thought it was very, very good. Like, you know, nowhere near as good as Netflix, but it was good. Now we got Thunderbolts, which was absolutely great. I had so much fun. I really, really liked it. And then we get into Fantastic Four. And if Fantastic Four lands, that's 3 in a row for me. I'll start getting hyped again. I'll start getting that MCU feel again. But Thunderbolts, man, definitely go see it. I think this is one of the better ones that has come out recently. And I think a lot of people are going to get it and love it. So let me know what you guys think. Smash it in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.